I was working with an English speaker on her French pronunciation, and we got to this word, la mesure, and she pronounced it this way. She said, la mesure. So she pronounced the S like kind of like a ZH, zh, instead of Z, like a Z in French. In French, we say la mesure. So I want to help you with three things on this word today. The first is the pronunciation of the E. A beginner in French pronunciation might say la mesure because they're thinking about the English word measure, right? So they say la mesure. It's not la mesure, it's la mesure. So the E is pronounced E and not E. La me. And then for the ZU, it might be a little bit difficult to say that. Let's try that. Zu, zu. So I take the tip of my tongue, I touch to the inside of my lower teeth, not for the U necessarily, but for the R that's going to come afterwards. It's a little trick. I'll explain in a second, but I take the tip of my tongue, touch it to the inside of my lower teeth, and say U, zu, zu. I'm saying zu. Now, if I have a problem making the U sound, and often as English speakers we do, what I can do is start out with the E sound. So I'm going to say E, and then I'm going to pull my lips forward. So E, E, U, U. That's a nice tight U sound. So if I want to say the Z and the U, then I'll try this. Z, Z, Z. Okay? Mesure, mesure, mesure. And now what we want to do for the R is we want to avoid letting our tongue float back and up as we would do in English. First, to help us think about this, think about what would happen in English. In English, you would say measure, measure. And the tip of your tongue, in order to make that R sound, needs to kind of pull back a little bit from the teeth and be kind of in the front third of the mouth, kind of floating up near the roof. Measure, measure. And what we want to do in English, French, pardon me, is we want to keep the tip of our tongue down and forward so that the back of our tongue is in the correct position to make a little bit of contact or to come close to the soft palate, which is going to drop down perhaps in the back. So what we're doing in French is we want to keep the front of our tongue forward so that the back of our tongue can naturally do what it needs to do to make a little bit of an R sound. So we're going to keep the tip of our tongue forward and push forward a little bit with the whole tongue. And what we're going to do is first separate the U from the R. Okay, so we're going to say la mesure, la mesure. And what I'm doing, you can't see this part, so I need to describe it for you. I'm letting the back of the roof of my mouth and the back of my tongue touch together. La mesure. They're kind of almost coming together, almost scraping. La mesure. La mesure. And now I'm going to let them speed that up a little bit and perhaps soften that R a little bit. La mesure. La mesure. The important part is not that you make a loud R sound, it's that you make a nice U sound. That's what's going to make the word understandable for French people. They need to hear the U. Mesure, mesure, la mesure, la mesure. Okay, hopefully that helps. And now if you want to find this whole exercise where you're pronouncing these words like envergure, une armure, nombreux, la mesure, you can get to it by, I'll show you how you get to it. Let's see, let me get back to the home page. And you can get to this whether you're already a member or whether you're not. If you're not a member, you need to get a trial membership, and you'll probably be asked to do that once you click on the right place. But let's see, French pronunciation. Probably about here, if you're not already a member, you'll be asked to sign up for a trial membership. Accurate pronunciation exercises. And then this one was down number 13. E, ur, or. So it's helping you go back and forth between those sounds. And then you can either say it and then listen to it, or you can listen to it and then say it. Either way. Anyway, hopefully that helps with la mesure. Oftentimes, as English speakers, we have an idea about how to pronounce something because there's a similar word in English, and that leads us to an incorrect French pronunciation. And so these types of recordings, these types of exercises help us correct those incorrect pronunciations. All right, that's it. Have a good day.